Hi, today I want to go through my morning movement ritual with you. And this is something that you can do at home, on your mat, just you and the floor and your body, waking yourself up, moving your spine in all directions, getting your body prepared for the day. This is for mind and motion clients, moving joint clients, or anyone else who's interested in just having a nice routine on the floor in the morning to wake you up and get your body prepped and moving for the day. So I have my mat. I'm gonna head back there and I'm gonna begin lying down on my back. This is very casual, by the way. So I'm gonna keep it casual. I'm just gonna talk to you guys and kind of go through my experience, and hopefully that helps you kind of drop into your body and get connected to your body for the day. So you can start just lying on the floor with your legs bent. My feet are hip width apart. They're flat and parallel. And I'm just noticing how my body is settling into the ground. You know, we can just start moving and start the day just by observing ourselves. You know, when you wake up in the morning, does your mind just start going? Are you thinking? Do you wake up in the morning and just check in with your body and see how your body's feeling? And that feeling could be many different things. It could be just like how you're feeling emotionally, or your energy level, or your appetite. There's many different ways to check in with your body. Right now, as I lie on the floor, I'm just checking in with my bones and how my bones are lining up. So when you lie here, does it feel symmetrical? Does it feel like you're evenly placed on the ground? Do you have a sense of your spine? Does it feel like your spine is long and in the middle? And you may notice that certain parts of your back are touching more than others, and that's okay. You can just let your back be. And then let's start with a little breath. So a nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. I'm inhaling and exhaling through my nose. You can also inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And then exhaling. And then just observing where the breath goes as you breathe. Does it feel like your breath drops down to your pelvis? Can you feel your belly rise and fall? Does your ribcage move? Does the breath feel relaxing, or does the breath feel revitalizing? Just kind of take some inventory, notice. This is part of inhabiting your body, is having this relationship and just observing. Where am I today? How's my body feel? How's my breath feel? How is this day going to transpire? How much energy do I need? And then maybe as you, at the end of your time here, you can start to think about, you know, like what those needs are for your day, or as you begin to move, start to think about what your needs for the day are. But we'll start to move here. You're going to reach your arms up and bend your elbows, grab your elbows with your hands. And after we breathe, we roll on the floor. And again, this is a nice way to kind of just wake up your back, wake up your fascia. I'm just rolling my ribcage on the floor, and I'm breathing. Just feeling right and left and right and left, and I can let my head just move with my ribs. And then I could also try just holding my head and feeling my ribcage move independent of my head. And if I cross my arms all the way over and make it a little tighter, I could just change the rhythm slightly so it's a little quicker, and then just feel the floor a little bit more. Here you are, just rolling on the floor. And most likely you're alone, no one's looking at you. You can just kind of let your body give over to the floor, give over to gravity, give over to your breath, and just roll. And then if we wanted to change the timing again and make it a little bit bigger range of motion, we could open the arms here. So go ahead and do that. And you're going to bend the right arm. The right arm is going to cross over the body, and your right hand is going to reach to your left. You're going to take a breath, come all the way back through the middle. Your left arm is crossing over, stretching. And then inhaling as you come to the middle. Exhale as you cross right arm over to the left. And then coming all the way back to the middle. Now I'm keeping my legs pretty stable. I'm not letting my legs move, right? I'm trying to keep them stable so that I can feel a spiral, a bit of rotation in my back. Last one here. And then coming back to the middle, arms by your side. And then we come to the tail, so just kind of feeling like a little rolling on your tail. So if you could just go forward on your tail, back on your tail, and just feel your tail there on the floor. See how that is. So the other thing to notice as we become observers in our body and we wake up, start to have this relationship with the body, you can notice if, as we move, any tension arises. So I have a little tension here, that's why I'm bringing it up. So I'm just gonna try to relax that. Try to let my body relax, let the muscles in my spine relax as I roll. Maybe even just coordinating my breath with my pelvis, with my tail. So as I tip forward, my back arches, you can maybe see here. And as I roll back, I lean into my ribs and my back flattens and my belly kind of hollows. And this is a great preparation to go into a bridge. I'm bringing my feet back towards my body. I'm going to inhale deep into my belly and then exhale as I tip back onto the tail. I step on the feet and I start to roll on up through my back. I'm going to take a breath here and then exhale as you roll down. And just maybe feeling how your back is today. Checking that out. Inhaling. Exhale as you curl. Your belly sinks. The ribs will feel nice and weighted. Your feet will feel nice and weighted. Your feet press down in order to lift your hips up. You don't have to go very high. Connecting to the back of the legs and also connecting to the movement, the sequencing in your spine. Taking a breath. And then rolling down. Upper back and then middle back and then lower back and inhaling. And then exhale as you curl. Sink and step on the feet. Roll on up the spine. As you lift up, the hamstrings should be firing. You can think about your knees reaching over your toes and your spine reaching down and back. Taking a breath and rolling back down. Inhaling. Exhale as you curl. Sink, step on the feet, roll up. My arms are now going to reach overhead. I'm increasing the stretch through the back line by opposing my arms as I roll down through my back. My arms reaching one way and my spine melting into the floor the other direction. Once my tail hits here, you can go ahead and stretch your legs out. Or when your tail hits, stretch your legs out, flex your feet. Take a stretch. Reach your arms and legs away from each other. You can even go through the right side, right foot opposing right hand, and then left hand opposing left foot. So you feel some stretch through the sides of the body. From here, the arms are going to come up. We're taking this into a roll up. So your chin drops into your throat. You're going to round up. You're going to stretch forward. Now maybe that's hard. Maybe it's hard for you to get up, especially in the early morning. So a modification for your roll up would be roll to your side, push yourself up, come up to sit, start sitting up nice and tall, and then roll back. And see how far back you can go before you plop onto the floor. So maybe you just go there and then you come back up again. And then rolling back. And then as you practice this, you'll start to go a little further and a little further and a little further. And then maybe you can go all the way down over time, not today, but over time. And then you can start to practice your full roll up. Taking a little stretch forward. You can bounce here if that feels good in the back of the legs. My feet are flexed, my arms are reaching. I'm trying to keep length through my spine and my sternum is lifted. I'm rolling back onto my tail and letting my back move. Taking a breath as the arms go overhead, arms come up, head, neck, and shoulders lift. There's the exhale. Stretching. You can let your torso kind of hang over your legs too. And then rolling back down. one, you're gonna stay up, arms up, rolling up. Feel free to grab hold of your feet or your ankles. Take a little stretch here, stretching up the backs of those legs. And then we're gonna stay sitting. You can take just a quarter turn and face me, and your legs will go off to the right. And we're gonna take mermaid. I'm gonna skip back just a little bit so you guys can see me. Hello. So I'm grabbing hold of my right, with my right hand on my left ankle, but just mirror me. Then you're gonna come into a little side stretch. Now, here we're creating space between the ribs and the hips. For you, if you're mirroring me, it's your left side. You're gonna come all the way up. This is a nice place to find like a little balance. Left hand will come down, right arm comes up, we counter stretch. We come back up to sit, we grab hold, sitting tall, taking a little side stretch, and then coming up and then counter stretching. Seeing what a side bend feels like this morning. Just like welcoming that idea to your body. And then we try the other side. So this is a little bit more challenging for me. It's harder to balance here. I'm grabbing my ankle here with my right, for you it will be the left. And then again, trying to find space between my rib cage and my hips on the left side. Trying to find a little balance, which is hard. I want to tip over. And then other side, and then coming up balance, grabbing, side bending, breathing. Counter stretching. And then we're going to take this right onto your side. Come onto your side body. And this is like, very familiar to if you're a side sleeper. You were here just minutes ago. Or if you're doing this later in the day, that's fine too. So I'm going to start by just rolling on my ribs, a little forwards and a little backwards. And this just feels good. So my rib cage on the floor is getting a little massage, basically. And then if I lift my head up, that's going to change where the weight is. So the weight's going to be distributed slightly different. I can just take a little rolling here. Feeling my side body. And then feeling length through the side. So the ribs are reaching away from my hips. My pelvis is grounded here on the floor. And let's wake up these hip muscles. So I'm going to bring the legs a little bit forward. My legs are bent. My right leg is stacked over the left. I'm going to lift this leg up. I'm going to lower back down. I'm going to lift this leg up. I'm going to lower back down. So watch as you lift and lower your top leg here. Watch if you're rolling back upon yourself. So part of what makes this challenging is differentiating the leg from the pelvis, so that when I lift, I'm not going like this and rolling back, but I'm staying anchored. And then I'm going to lift the leg and hold it. Just doing this is an exercise, right? This is you and gravity, an exercise between you and gravity. Gravity's pushing down, you're holding your leg up, you guys are having this exchange, you and gravity, some muscles have to fire to hold your leg there. You're probably feeling something right now and right around in here. So we're going to use that idea as we just progress through a little movement, bending the leg in, extending the leg long, lifting the leg up, lowering back down. Bending, extending, and lifting and lowering. And just because I'm holding my leg up away from the floor, gravity's pushing down, is making me work. And so I'm like saying hello to my glute here as I do this. Bending, extending, lifting, and lowering. Bending, extending, lifting, and lowering. And you can get into a little rhythm with it. Breathing there. I'm actually a little sore in here. So I'm feeling this quite a bit. And then I'm going to do one more. And I'm going to rest this leg. And I'm going to keep my legs up, and I'm going to take a little twist. So left arm is coming forward. For you, it's the right. And then the top arm here is going to open, and I'm going to take a little stretch. I'm just spiraling open, and you can look towards your left hand. And you may feel like a little stretch here in your glute as you do that. From here, let's push ourselves up. You're gonna swing your legs around. We're gonna lie down onto the other side, your left side. Your ribs are on the ground. You're gonna roll on your ribs, a little forwards and backwards. And again, checking in with this side versus the other side. Seeing what this side feels like. I'm rolling here. And breathing. And then I'm gonna pull my knees up just a bit. I have my ribs grounded. The side of my pelvis is grounded. My belly is pulling up. So I'm gonna start by lifting and lowering this leg, right? Because that's what we did on the other side. In Pilates, we're generally always thinking full body. So yes, I'm moving my leg, but that leg is attached to a torso. I'm making sure that as I move this leg, it's independent of my torso, so I'm not rolling, as I talked about, but also how I can lift up through my belly and reach through the crown of the head and feel that I'm connected to a trunk that's also engaged, and it's not just about my hip and my leg, but about more of a full body experience. I'm gonna lift the leg and hold it. I'm gonna bend the leg in and reach the leg long and lift the leg up and lower it back down. And breathing here. This is like a nice little rhythm. Bend, extend, lift, and lower. Bend, extend, lift, and lower. Now the foot's not flexed or pointed, it's just long. And a nice little opposition here is my rib cage leaning down and opposing my foot reaching long. So if I was to hold this and feel my ribs reach down and my leg reach long, it would make me work a little bit more. Feel it loading. And you can also notice this side versus the other side. I'm pretty sore, as I mentioned, so I'm feeling this quite a bit. And then I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna bend this leg on top and then just have the legs here at a 90-degree angle as you go into your twist. Your top arm is reaching and then opening to the side, spiraling, and take a little stretch. And you should feel your stretch here in your hip and also through your chest and in your pec. Your right arm, the one that's stretching right now in the chest, if you lift that a little bit up on a diagonal, you might get a little bit more stretch, which is really nice. And take a nice deep breath there. We're gonna bring that arm back around to the side. We're gonna extend the legs long. You're gonna roll onto your belly. Hands are gonna go underneath your shoulders. Your palms are flat. Okay, and let's start by just rocking a little bit on the pelvis, a little side to side. Letting my pelvis move. Trying to get my feet on my mat here. And then letting the shoulder blades move. So the shoulders are gonna shrug up to your ears and squeeze together and then draw down your back. And try that again. Let your shoulders roll forward, shrug up, squeeze, and roll down your back, waking your shoulders up. Shrug up, squeeze together, roll down your back. You're gonna hold it here. Your hands are gonna lean down. Your sternum is gonna reach forward. You're gonna lift your chest up into a little cobra. And then come back down. This is really about your chest, your upper back, your chest opening and your upper back working, so don't feel the need to go too far. And then coming back down. And then if you want to do that loop with your shoulder blades, feel free. And this kind of just helps you to connect to your back body, feeling into your upper back. And then coming back down. If you'd like to go a little higher, you can. You're inhaling up, and then exhale to lower, and then inhaling up, and then exhale to lower. One more time. And then exhale to lower. Push yourself up onto your forearms, Bend your knee, grab your foot, take a little thigh stretch. If this feels like too much, you can do it with your chest on the floor. And do the other side. Saying good morning leg. And then from here, let's place our hands back down underneath the shoulders. And you're gonna push yourself up onto hands and knees. And the hands are gonna be underneath your shoulders, the knees are underneath your hips, and you're just rocking forwards and backwards. Feeling that the spine resides in the middle and the weight is distributed evenly between your two hands and your two knees. And I'm keeping my back pretty long as I go back and as I come forward. Breathing, and it just feels good. A nice way to kind of like wake up the body. And then from here, let's tuck the toes under and then let's sit back. And take a little moment and sitting and coming out of frame, but you want to be vertical, just like so with the toes tucked under. And this might be very uncomfortable. If so, I apologize. Another way to sit would be to untuck your toes, feet flat. This is probably easier, although sometimes this is hard for people too. It can be a bit of a stretch for your ankle. Take a moment and breathe here. Come forward onto your hands once again, tuck your toes under, reach back into a little downward dog. Pressing into the hands, reaching the spine long, extending the legs. Pedal out the feet. So you're gonna bend one leg and extend the other. And then you're just gonna walk the feet out here. Keep your breath going. And then both legs are extended. Reach into the palms, open the chest, send your hips back. We are thinking of a nice long spine from the crown of the head to the tail as we reach into the downward dog. That stretch, and then from here you're going to open the feet, walk your hands back towards your feet. Your legs can be slightly externally rotated. See them a little bit turned out. And then you're going to bend the legs, fingertips on the ground, and see if you can come into a little squat. See what that's like. So you can let your hips relax, let the weight just kind of like go into the floor. And then keeping fingertips on the floor, you're going to extend the legs, tip over and stretch. And then you're going to bend the legs. Come back into your squat. And then extend the legs, tip over. And stretch. This is really nice to just kind of like let the torso be passive and hanging. Let the legs get a good stretch. Give over to gravity here. Fingertips on the ground, bend the legs, sit down into your squat. And hear the energy again, like through the hips, might feel a little tight, trying to let that go. Your ankles might feel tight and your feet, but they're probably working and they kind of need to work. In your shins. Fingertips on the floor, extend one more time. Now from here, you can roll yourself all the way up to stand. See how you are standing. Or you can come back down into your squat, I'm gonna do because I'm in frame now. And feel free to just kind of finish how you started. So maybe from here you lie down on your back. Let's again place your feet on the ground, and then you sort of like see how your body is now versus the beginning of this little series. Checking out again, observing. Does it feel different? Does your body feel like it's in a different place? Are things a little bit more awake or in line? However you checked in with your body at the beginning, check in again and see if there's some sort of change. And I hope that you guys have a great day. Go take a shower and enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll try to post some more videos for you soon. Okay, thank you. Let me know how this works out for you too. I love feedback. Thank you so much.